Let me tell you what styling is.
I get it. You went off intentions and vibes or whatever. But so you were held up at gunpoint.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, it should be addressed by every guest ever.
Yeah.
I mean, know.
I mean, it was peaceful.
Not the right thing to do.
Like, it was chilling. It was peaceful.
You don't go back to work after that, though, do you, Tori?
Well, I was held up at gunpoint, so they were trying to carjack me. Okay. So I'm like, take this shit, it's giving me problems, whatever. Dealers giving me a hard time.
Now you're from North Jersey,
right? So then I'm just like, okay. Anyway, we ended up getting an argument with him. Cool. He ran off. Whatever. So I thought it would hit me when I get home. I'm like, maybe I'm still in like defense mode. Anyway, I didn't care about the car. You take my car. That's replaceable. Anyway, I drove home. I'm like, maybe I'll take a nap. Took a nap, woke up, and it just messed me up that I wasn't messed up. Like, it didn't bother me.
Right.
That it was so normal.
It's so normal.
It's normalized. It's crazy.
That's
you
the thing.
Desensitized to it.
Well, at least you noticed that it was like fucking you up because, like, yo, that's just that was a regular day.
Yeah.
I wished it bothered me. I really wished it bothered me. It didn't.
I felt like after
how did you address that then? Like, I feel like you traumatized yourself by not being traumatized.
I'm like, why I'm not shooken up? Why wasn't I scared?
Same feeling.
But when it happened at 4 a.m. I was taking somebody to Newark Airport, and I was just chilling in the car, and I seen him.
Nothing good happens at 4 a.m.
So, but around that time, there's a lot of. I was in Elizabeth, so.
Oh, ain't that like a Jersey ghetto?
It's like borderline Elizabeth. I was on.
You're right, but you gotta relax.
It was borderline Newark and Elizabeth, right? So I'm over there. I'm waiting, and I see people going to work. There's a lot of people, Latinos, lining up. Hopefully they get jobs. People drive by construction companies. They'll hire them for the day. So you see people going to the bus stop, and so I'm in front of this house. This van backs all the way up. I'm like, oh, he looks sketchy. Why is he staring at me through the mirror? So then I'm just looking. I stare right back. I don't care. So I'm staring right back. Then he drove away because I guess people were coming out the house. Then he came back and backed up all the way to my bumper. Okay. So then he comes out with a big
shotgun.
Sawed off. Oh wow.
So he comes.
Were you there?
Nah. So then I see him jump out a big he goes like this to his hoodie. He goes around the car. But the way he's walking he's not walking towards me. He's walking like he's going to the back of my car. I was like, oh shit, I'm in the middle of a shootout. So I'm already in drive. So I dug down. I was like, I'm gonna let them shoot it off, and I'm gonna just be out.
Right.
And then I see him at my window. He's like, open the door.
It's a crazy thought frame right now. Like,
yeah, because I'm like, all right. Once I see him in the back, I'm out. Yeah. Like, they could shoot it out, whatever. Right. But I had dug down because I don't want to be in the crossfire.
Yeah.
A lot of people die, being in a crossfire. Yeah, so I was like, oh shit, I'm in the middle of a shootout. And I go all the way down, and I'm already turning my steering wheel, and he's at my window. I'm like, what the hell? He's like, open that fucking door. I'm like, all right, hold on, man. Let me put the car in park. So I put the car in park, and my car's empty. Whatever. I'm mad at my car because I'm having issues with it. It was brand new from the dealer. And I'm like, you could take this shit, man. I was like that. So I went to reach for my phone. Like, you take my car, but at least I'm gonna take my phone. And I was an Android, by the way.
Wow. Yep.
And he thought I had a gun, so he ducked. Right? And then I'm like, in a quick second, like all my cars are registered to my mom's address. And I'm like, damn, my mom's address. I'm like, but if they're really well connected, they can run my plates and still know my mom's address. So I'm like, keep the registration there. So this is all I'm thinking. Yeah. The whole time thinking is like my mom's address. Grab my phone. He thought I had a gun. He ducked. And then he's like, open the door. I was like, all right. I said, damn, like, all right, let me put it in park.
You got an attitude with the guy.
Yeah, so I'm arguing with him. I put it in park. I open the door. He's like, get on the floor. I was like, I'm not getting on the floor, but you could just take my car. Like,
right.
I'm not going to. And then as my phone falls, so I'm going again to reach my phone, and he took my phone.
Yeah.
Petty.
So I'm like,
principles.
I'm like, all right, whatever. So, the person that I was picking up, taking to the airport, they own, you know how back in the day, the Crown Vics, they were used for detective cars?
Yeah.
So he had owned the car he owned was previously the police. So on his car, it still said police on the back. Like that metal placard. So he comes running out like, yo, what's going on, yo? And he's like, now he doesn't know who to point the gun at to. He's going back for. I'm like, no. So then I get in front of him. I'm like, no, just take the car. Just take the car. Right, and somehow we ended up chasing the guy.
Wow.
And he was like, "You're gonna shoot a cop." So he's like, "You're gonna shoot a cop because his car said police on the back." But he obviously wasn't a cop, which is illegal to impersonate a cop, by the way.
Of course. I mean, it is
and
what it is.
He was like, "All right, let me go." So he started chasing him, but I was afraid. The last thing I wanted somebody to do was die over my car.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was gonna take the bullet for this person. I'm like, no, just take my car. And then the guy didn't know that he ended up jumping on top of my car to get into his minivan and drove away.
Wow.
Then they found out who it was a couple days later, and he was laid out. Yeah.
Salty.
Crazy. And then I'm just like, all that happened, and I felt regular, like nothing.
Wow. Well,
like it was a day to create, and I went creating.
Yeah, it was. I told a robbery story. You told a robbery story. I think it's your turn to tell a story about how you maybe, I don't know, ever dealt with a robber.
But the way you said it was just, it sounded so I felt like you took it like a regular, like I didn't even quit.
Bruh, I did. Like,
I didn't even quit.
Boy, like, had the gun to my back, and he was like, "Yo, open the safe." And I'm like, "All right, well, can I get my headphones back? Like, that's all I care about. Like, just give me my fucking headphones. I don't care if I open the safe, nigga. It ain't my money. I don't give a fuck." So yeah, I just went on about like to open the shit, and then it basically took too much time. We had a customer walk in. They was like, we got what we needed, and then left. And I was like,
they took your headphones?
Nah, so he the way he like motioned like to me, like he came up to me, like I thought he was like asking a question or whatever. Right. Then he like reached to like take my headphone out my ear. So I'm like, oh fuck that. Like I'm about to square up. Like, nigga, what you doing? Then my headphones ended up falling on the floor. So I went to pick them up, and then he showed me the gun, and I was like, oh, all right, cool. Like, I get it. All right. So then he had him like in his hand. And as we were walking up, that's when I asked him, like, yo, bro, like, can I get my AirPod Pros back? Because them bitches is expensive, you know?
Hell yeah, they
like
are.
$190, dog, like what I'm saying. And then he was like, yeah, I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave when I leave. And I was like, all right. So he did leave me one headphone, and the other one I just, like, couldn't find. I was
is
like,
that what you're rocking right now?
No, so the right one is the original. Is
you got
the right one is the original. The left one is the one that I had to buy.
How much it cost for?
It cost me $90 to buy
one.
It's
$79 for the other one, right? Well, the first one, $69 or $79. Yeah,
I was so upset.
A cult.
God damn.
Apple's a cult.
God damn. And then to make it even more fucked up, I had to go back to Apple like 3 times because like my headphones just like wouldn't work. Like they started crackling and shit. Oh my god.
Hold on, before y'all get into all this, I had to let you know I feel like a square.
Yeah.
Because I have not been.
You never been?
I've never been in a situation where a gun was pulled on me. You know. I've lived a very blessed life.
I feel like you kind of know. Happy.
Like I've had one gun in my possession at some point, and you know I felt it. I was like, whoa, that's heavy. Whoa, I'm not doing that.
I don't do that.
But yeah, you guys.
You just hold it with confidence.
Your story was riveting. I held it like this. Your story was riveting.
Don't shoot your foot.
Come on, don't. Put the money in the bag. No. Put the money in the bag.
I don't want it. No.
Right. Don't make me shoot you.
I'm gonna regulate, nigga.
Right. 187 on the motherfucking car.
Nah, bro, that shit is surreal, yo. You just kind of know, like, you get a sense of like if this person is gonna actually do something or not. So I'm guessing, like in your situation, you know, like, all right, you seem like you're about to do something. I'll just give you the car. Like, fuck it, I don't need this shit. Just like my shit, it's like, bro, I don't own any of the money in the safe.
Yeah,
like I'll just give it to you.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be fine.
You dumb. I could have just opened a register. You would have got more bread. Stupid.
That's crazy. Your story was ridiculous.
Yeah, that shit was ridiculous. Fuck.
I was just like, well,
when I go back to editing, I'm like. I'm like, oh damn, I forgot to put the time mark down. God damn, I'm just listening to the story.
It would have been easier if you would have if I was by myself, carjack me, cool. I have insurance, whatever. And you know, when you buy a car from the dealer, you got to get full coverage and all that. So I would have been fine.
Yeah.
That's replaceable.
Is it really?
I love my life.
Can you pay your deductible and get a new car?
Life.
Well, if you get gap insurance, that's important to have gap insurance.
Gotta get the gap insurance.
Yeah, gotta get that gap.
Get that $7.
Call my dealership right now. See about that gap.
Yeah.
I like